Okay, guys, I am going to go through the presentation today with you. I've had some people request that I make a video along with the presentation to explain things, so I'm going to do that today. So today we are talking about dystopian book clubs and what makes reading in a series complex. So when we look at this connection, we can connect reading in a series to binge watching on TV. Many of us have binge watched shows on Netflix, on Amazon. If you look, there's just some images there. It's just more common now. And the graph there, the charts show that more young people now are watching series more than ever before. So when we look at why we think we binge watch a show or read a book series so often, what is it about it that gets people hooked? There was a study Netflix sent a cultural anthropologist into the homes of TV streamers to find out why. And what they found out was that people just liked that time away from their lives. They liked zoning, not just zoning out, but being engrossed in an entirely different world, getting to know characters. And that's why reading in a series is popular, because once you figure out those characters and get to know them, you don't want to leave them behind. So reading in a series, though, can also be kind of confusing, and there can be some challenges. So today we're going to take a look at some challenges that you might find in your series. So sometimes it's challenging because there are several plot lines that you have to hold on to. In some ways we can tackle those challenges is by rereading parts from earlier, maybe that where we found our confusion, or just taking those notes of those different plot lines. Another thing would be obviously remembering what happened many pages ago. Using our notebook system and Post-its are what we're using to help us track that. Sometimes keeping track of lots of characters is difficult, so a character trait chart or map to track those characters and relationships is helpful. And then sometimes there's a lot of settings, and so creating a map with traits or details of each setting can also be helpful. So today, as you continue reading your book, you might notice there are other things about your long series reading that belong on that chart, other things that can be confusing. So if you want to jot those down somewhere so that we can think about them together, that would be great. Remember to touch base with your book club members. I know some people are FaceTiming. Some people are doing chats and hangouts. You might want to set a time that you do that, because I know some people are being left kind of unanswered in those chats. So what we're going to have today is an assignment in Classroom under discussions. I'm going to post a question. Well, it's going to be two questions. What's challenging about reading in your series, and how can we tackle these challenges? And you will respond and reply to your book club members. So if you are reading The Hunger Games and you see someone post something that's challenging or difficult, you might give them some ideas of how you're trying to tackle those challenges. And then our second assignment is going to be a Google form on Classroom. And this is so that I can see the kind of discussions you've already had in your book club groups around some of the topics we've already talked about, power in dystopian books, symbols, themes, just any of the talking and what you've done around that in your book. So those are the two assignments today, the questions and the book check form. You do not need to add a new jot today, but what I've noticed is some people are just putting facts or summaries. What we want to work on is adding our thinking. So think about, even if you're writing in your notebook, you're probably going to write those ideas longer on the reading and jotting document so that I can see what you're thinking, because I can't sit in your book club discussions anymore, sadly. As we continue on this, remember, go ahead and send me any questions. You can chat with me. If you want to set up an online book club meeting, we can do that too. Just keep me posted on everything that's going on. All right, thank you. We'll talk to you again soon.